Hello, Brave Awakened Ones. Veronica of Higher Realm Holistics here, making this video about a experience, a vision, an apparition that I experienced yesterday afternoon, around noon. I did mention it briefly in the beginning of my Thoth video for Tablet 5 that I posted yesterday, part 1. But I'm deciding to make a separate video because I know a lot of people, you know, probably aren't into Thoth, or that doesn't resonate with them, or Hermetics doesn't resonate with them. And this message is very important for the collective. And it has to do with the time period we're in, which actually started in August. That period, actually, August of 2018 actually started. And it's going through 2020. When in 2020 it ends, I don't know. Nobody knows. Okay. I'm just shown. I was told way from the beginning that it was 2018 to 2020. And it's called, God, what did my oversoul call it again? I should have written down. Oh, the separation of realms. That's what it's called, the separation of realms. I don't like making these videos because people panic over, even light workers panic a lot over this type of stuff. And please, you know, I don't know, just see it from the higher perspective. That's all I could say. And try not to fall into a panic or anything like that. And I won't be answering specific questions on it either. Okay, just saying, you know. It's called the separation of the realms. And I had mentioned this before many of times. I was shown that the vortexing, the separation actually started in August of 2018 when a big wave came in. The big wave event came in, one of the biggest ones by far. More have come in since and more are going to keep coming in, but that was the biggest I felt. And it showed, and I drew a diagram of this before. Gaia was in the middle, and I saw a vortex winding down and a vortex winding up. And in the vortex winding down, there was darker energy going that way. And the vortex winding up, there was lighter energy going that way. Okay? And Gaia was in the middle. And I was shown as time passed, it was a time lapse I was shown. And by the time 2020 came, the time was like squeezing. It was like going smaller and smaller and smaller. That was in between the vortex, and it was speeding up, speeding down, and speeding up. Like both sides were speeding up. The going down and the going up were speeding up. And as they sped up, it got smaller and smaller and smaller in the middle until the two ends separated. Okay, and formed two separate realms. And how that connects to what I experienced yesterday on the beach is I was riding my bike, then I was guided to go lay down on the beach. I felt that heaviness coming over me where I knew I was going to get an apparition. Or I was going to be taken into the ethereal realm and shown an apparition. So I laid down on the beach, and how it happens is my body will lay down or sit down, and then I could see my ethereal self get up. And I could still picture my body. I could still see my body in the material that's still there. So what brought me up out of my body into that ethereal realm was the marching. I heard many, many feet. Then I saw thousands of people as far as I could see, to the left and to the right and behind me. Just thousands of people like washing over me like a wave. And they were all marching into the ocean. Just waves of them marching into the ocean. They were drenched in white light. And there was one person I recognized, soul, whatever you want to call it, was this morbidly obese guy. He weighs over like 500 pounds. He would come to my dance class, and he'd hang out in the back and just move his arms, sit down, move his legs once in a while. And I would always try to encourage him to join in and do more and blah, blah. And he'd be like, girl, I just like watching you dance. I saw him. I said, hey, bro, where are you going? Where's everybody going? That is what I said in my ethereal form to him, to his ethereal form, marching into the ocean. And he turned around. He's like, hey, girl, no, it's just time for us to go. I said, go where? Where are you going? It's time for us to leave. And he's like, I should have done more like you told me to. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. And he's like, oh, girl, don't be sorry. do your thing, girl, do your thing. And then he just turned around and just went by, and he was still, you know, he was in white also, drenched in the white light, and he marched into the ocean with the rest of the people. And then I came back to my physical body, and I came to and was reminded by my oversoul about the separation of the realms. So just letting you guys know, you know, a lot of souls are going to choose to exit at this point. They've been choosing it, all right? But now it's really going to, it's the closer we get to 2022 and into 22, the quicker it's going to happen, because I saw it speeding up exponentially. Okay, so just letting you guys know that. How do you know if someone's choosing to leave? I don't know, ask your oversoul. Try to communicate with their oversoul. I don't do that. I will not, you know, I won't do that in sessions or in questions or anything. So you could do it on your own. You can't communicate with somebody's oversoul. I've done that many a times with a loved one or something. I was shown myself, I was shown how my mother's going to choose to exit, and around when that was going to happen, and who's going to find her, because I had to tell my daughter, guess what, you're going to go to grandma's house and she's going to be there, and you're going to, and the thing is, my daughter, she had the dream and called me up, hey, I had a dream about grandma, and this is what happened. Something tells me you know something about it. And I was just about to call her about it. So she got the heads up. She doesn't get too many heads up, because again, she's not fully awakened. She fights it all the way. So even if you're not awakened, you can have those type of premonitions, because we're all clairvoyant, clairaudient. We all have it, just to different extents, how awake you want to be, you know. So I clarified with her, and she's like, oh, damn, it had to be me, huh? I'm like, yes, it has to be you. And I was showing other members of my family how they're going to choose to exit, and when they're going to exit, and how that was going to happen too. And so if you choose to find out, you'll find out. If you're supposed to, you will, okay? It'll lessen the blow for you, which is why I was told. That's why I needed to know, because it was going to lessen the blow for me. So that's the heads up. And yeah, I'm sharing this because I promised I was going to share more and be more open with stuff that might be more difficult to digest. All right? So Lady V out. Go to HigherRealmHolistics.com if you want to book a session or purchase my book. All right? Peace and love. Namaste.